So in previous lecture we have seen the solution for the f equation or the phi equation. Okay, here. So the solution for f equation is what? It is 1 upon square root of 2 pi into a raised to im phi. Okay. So for obtaining the solution of t equation or the theta equation, we have to use the remaining part of the variable separated form of the complete wave equation of the rigid rotor. Okay, so for that purpose we will use the t equation. Okay, that is the remaining part of the variable separated form of rigid rotor equation. So what was that equation? So the equation is likewise, that is sin theta upon t into dabba by dabba theta of sin theta dt upon dabba theta plus 8 pi square I upon h square into e into sin square theta, and whole that term is equals to some constant, and we have taken that constant to be the m square, and we have already like seen this why we have taken the constant as m square, because for obtaining the solution of our f equation we use the second order differential. Okay, second order differential form. So there we have to use the second order for the constant also. So that's the reason why we have used this second order term here also. Okay, so in order to simplify this equation, that is t equation, we will perform certain steps. Okay, simplification step. So the first step is like multiplication on the both side of this equation by the t upon sin square theta, so that the term which will be here, you can see this is the extra terms. So we want to like neglect this term. Okay, because we can solve this differential equation by using certain general form of equation. Okay, so how we can do that? So first step is we just need to multiply it by the t upon sin square theta. So we will get what? 1 upon sin theta into dabba by 1 upon dabba theta sin theta dt upon d theta plus 8 pi square I upon h square into e into t. It should be equals to m square t upon sin square theta. So this term here, you can see this term, that is 8 pi square I into e upon h square. So 8 is constant, pi is also constant, h is constant, energy is also constant for our given system, and I is what? So once we have like specified the certain energy level as well as its mass of the system and the internuclear distance, since we have like assumed that this it is a rigid rotor, so internuclear distance is also constant. So all of that terms are constant. So for all these whole terms we can consider the common constant, which is nothing but the beta. Okay, say beta. So we have used that constant and we have just rewrite that equation again. So equation will turn out to be what? 1 upon sin theta into dabba by dabba theta of sin theta dt upon d theta plus beta t, and all these terms are equals to m square into t upon sin square theta. So the overall equation will turn out to be this. Okay, that is 1 upon sin theta into dabba by dabba theta sin theta dt upon d theta plus beta minus m square sin square theta into t. Okay, so just this term is taken on the left hand side. So we have like rearrange this equation in the this standard form. Okay, so this type of form can be used in the like one mathematical term or mathematical equation is there, which is having the some general form of this type of equation. Okay, so we have tried to convert that our t equation into some general mathematical form so that we can obtain the solution. Okay, so in order to obtain the solution, again we are making the one assumption. Let us suppose that my q equation is there, some arbitrary constant is there, arbitrary equation, that is q, it should be equals to cos theta. So what is the dq upon d theta? So dq upon d theta is the minus sin theta. Okay, so by using the chain rule, we can say that dt upon d theta, that is our equation, it should be equals to what? dt upon dq into dq upon d theta. Okay, but we know the value for this dq upon d theta. What is that value? That is minus sin theta. So minus is taken here and the equation is minus sin theta. So what was the required equation? So required equation is dabba by dabba theta of given equation, it should be equals to minus dabba by dabba theta of dabba by dabba q of minus sine theta. Okay, so we just substituted that values in the above equation. So we have got the equation as what, 1 upon sine theta into dabba by dabba q of minus sine theta into sine theta dt upon dq into dq into dq upon d theta plus beta minus m square upon sine square theta t, which should be equals to 0. Okay, so we have just substituted the q and the various terms by using the chain rule of differentiation. So here we can see this, like here is sine theta, here is also sine theta, and this differentiation is what, this differentiation is with respect to q. So we can simply say that this equation is constant. Okay, sine theta is constant because we are differentiating with respect to q. So this sine theta and sine theta will get cancelled. So overall our equation will remains like minus d by dq into minus sine square theta dt upon dq plus beta minus m square sine square theta into t, and all these terms are equals to 0. But we know that q, we have already assumed that q is equals to what, cos theta. So q square is what, sine cos square theta. Okay, cos square theta, and there is a one rule for the like in trigonometry, that is 1 plus sine square theta plus cos square theta is equals to what, 1. Okay, so in introductory or the initial mathematical lectures, we have seen this one trigonometric rule is there. So for this q square theta or q square, it should be equals to what, cos square theta, but we can convert this as the 1 minus q square. Okay, why is it so? Because in our equation there is a sine square theta term is there, so we can write, instead of that sine square theta, we can write 1 minus q square. So we have just simply write for the sine square theta as 1 minus q square, and we have rewritten this equation as minus dabba by dabba q of minus 1 minus q square dabba t upon dabba q plus beta into beta minus m square upon 1 minus q square into t, and all these terms are equals to 0. Okay, so finally this minus minus sign get cancelled. Okay, this minus minus sign get cancelled, so finally we get the equation likewise. So this equation has the standard mathematical form for the equation called as a Legendre's equation. Okay, so this equation, which has the physical significance only if the values for this assumed constant, that is q, are, or the assumed equation q, which should lies between the limits for +1 to the -1. Okay, so this equation is valid only if the values of the given equation q are lies from -1 to +1. Okay, so what is the solution for that equation? So in order to obtain the solution for this Legendre's equation, we will use the series methods. Okay, so we are not going into the detailed solution for this, so we simply use the series method, and we'll write the simple solution for the given equation by using this recursion formula. Okay, so recursion formula is likewise, so alpha n plus 2 upon alpha n should be equals to n plus m into n plus m plus l minus beta upon n plus 1 into n plus 2. So in this recursion formula there are two terms, so which has solution the this equation which has the solution of what, t equation or the theta equation. So we have just solved this Legendre's equation or the Legendre's polynomial, and we have just simply obtained the value for this Legendre's polynomial. Okay, so what is that Legendre's polynomial? So Legendre's polynomial is simply PL of q is equals to 1 by 2 raised to L into L factorial into Lth order derivative. Okay, so here you can see this, like we write d1. Okay, this is the first order derivative. So for second order derivative we simply put d2 upon dx square. Okay, so for third order we will simply put what, d3 upon dx cube. So likewise this is Lth order derivative of q square minus 1, that is the function, into like again raised to L divided by, again this is differential form. Okay, so we have just taken the nth order derivative of the given equation. So hence the complete solution for the rigid rotor is what? So it is the combination of T equation and phi equation. So the equation for T is Legendre's polynomial, that is PL, and for F equation we know that solution is 1 upon root of 2 pi into e raised to im phi. Okay, so here you can see this, the new quantum number is obtained like L. So we have seen this. So all the four quantum numbers, not four, the three quantum numbers which are having the variable values. Okay, means for n we know the how to obtain the values for n, then how to obtain the values for m, and also now we have obtained the values for L also. Okay, so this is the general equation for the rigid rotor. Okay, wave equation for the rigid rotor. Okay, now next part is the rotational energy of the that rigid rotors. Okay, rotational energy for the rigid rotor. Okay, so we have the two term recursion formula. So this two term recursion formula is likewise. So this formula can be equals to 0 only if this numerator term is what? 0. Okay, so above formula can turn out to be 0 only if that numerator term, that is n plus m into n plus m plus 1 into sorry, minus beta, it should be equals to 0. So we can obtain the value of constant beta. So let these values of n plus m to be the new, like another constant which is j, which is nothing but the rotational constant. Okay, so j is nothing but the, okay, rotational quantum number. Okay, rotational quantum number. So this b will turns out to what? J into j plus 1. Okay, beta is j into j plus 1. So for this beta we have already substituted what? One term is there, so that is 8 pi square I into E upon h square. So for energy we can simply write that energy of a rigid rotor is nothing but what? H square upon 8 pi square I into j plus 1. Okay, so this is the energy for the given rigid rotor in what? In joule. Okay, the unit is joule. And if you have been asked the unit in terms of wave number, so we just simply need to multiply whole this term by 1 upon hc. So the whatever the answer you will get, that answer is in the in terms of what? In terms of meter inverse or the centimeter inverse. So whichever the unit you are going to take on for this c, so that unit will comes to the energy. Okay, so energy can be expressed either as the meter inverse or centimeter inverse or the joule. Okay, sometimes it can be also be expressed in terms of electron volt. Okay, so this rotational new another quantum number, that is rotational quantum number, has been introduced by using this T equation. Okay, so for j is equals to 1, the first energy is what? h2 h square upon 8 pi square I. Okay, so this is the nothing but 0 point energy or the lowest energy. Okay, so j is equals to 2, it will be having 6 into some this whole constant value. So here it is 12, here it is 20. So you can see this, there is a repeating pattern for the rigid rotor, that is here it is difference of 4, here it is difference of 6, here it is difference of 8. Okay, so this difference is constant. Okay, some constant difference is there, but in actual practice we don't find this constant difference, and how it differ, that we can have the detailed knowledge in the molecular spectroscopy. Okay, so for here we just need to concern more about this equation and its solution. Okay, so here one solved problem is there, like calculate the energy of second order rotational energy level for the J is equals to 2 in a molecule of nitrogen monoxide. Okay, NO, which is having what? Internuclear distance of 110 picometer. Okay, so distance is given, energy level is given, and the energy level, that is J is equals to 2, internuclear distance is 110 picometer, and NO is what? nitrogen monoxide. So we need to have the atomic weight of nitrogen and atomic weight of oxygen, which is 49, 16. Okay, so what is that? R is 110 picometers, so we have to convert it into the meter, which can be converted by using 110 into 10 raised to minus 12 meter. J is equals to 2, which is given, so we just simply need to put this value, but here we require the value for this I. Okay, I is nothing but what? Moment of inertia. So how we can obtain that? It should be obtained by using formula mu r square, where mu is the reduced mass, r is the internuclear distance. So reduced mass can be obtained by using this formula m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2, but here we have using the masses in terms of what? Gram per mole. Okay, gram per mole. So and the required answer is in terms of gram only. So how we can like cancel this mole? So we just need to divide this term by using Avogadro's number, or simply there is a constant like 1.66 into 10 raised to minus 27. So either you can multiply by this constant or divide by the Avogadro's number to the obtained value. So you will get the answer in terms of gram, okay, or kg, whatever the unit you are going to take for the weight. Okay, so here 10 raised to minus 23 will come if you use the kg. Okay, so this is the reduced mass, so moment of inertia can be obtained, and finally the energy values can also be obtained. Okay, so for this energy values will obtain in terms of joule. So for obtaining the values in terms of electron volt, we just simply need to like divide by the 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. Okay, electron volt. So finally we can get the values, or we need to multiply by this constant. Okay, so either way you can get the values in terms of electron volt. So this type of problem might be asked in the exams. So this is the rigid rotor. Okay, so in this rigid rotor we have seen the R equation, T equation, and the Cartesian coordinates to the spherical polar coordinates. So how we have transferred from the Cartesian coordinates to the spherical polar coordinates. So next is the hydrogen atom. So we can see that in the next lecture.